that's why you got to watch the intro, because it could change every week. It could loop when you least expect it to. Welcome to Game of Stools, presented by My Mom's Basement, presented by Barstool Sports. Well, right now, we've only got three of us. It's myself, it is Nick Hamilton, it is Brendan Clancy. KFC will be joining in a little bit, and Clem is off in Harrenhal this week. He is off discovering himself. He might be with Alice. We don't even know. I'm sure he'll come back next week with a costume unlike anything you've ever seen before. But how we doing, boys?
Feeling great. I mean, I think it's been 3 for 3. Obviously, this episode, not the high action, but like we're getting Alice and Rhaenyra scenes, which are always the best scenes in the show. And we're getting a bunch of them, which I loved every minute of that.
Yeah, and they didn't have to contrive it, like some of the sneaking around, and now it's just they're together. They're the two best actors on the show. I mean, maybe Daemon sneaks in there too, but we got a lot of Daemon too. Things are. I think except for the beginning, where Daemon confronts the Hightowers, I think Rhaenyra was in every single scene. I think she was the main character in every single scene, which is for Game of Thrones, which is usually an ensemble cast. I think is a lot. I think that was. I know that they said that Sarah Hess was writing a concept piece. I don't know if that was just a rumor early on. They said it was going to be like a Rhaenyra conceptual episode. That may have just been fake, but as Rhaenyra was in every single scene, I was like, oh, are they going to do something with this? I think it was more of a straightforward. I don't think this was a conceptual thing, but that was a rumor, and I wonder if we are going to get that.
Yeah, I was noticing it in real time with Rhaenyra, where it felt like a reset episode to me. And I don't use that in a derogatory way, but we had two, what we were calling all-time episodes to start the season, And this wound up being a much more personal story, much more character-focused on her. And the way they shot it was so cool, how when she was kind of getting overwhelmed or having panic attacks, however you want to say it, they were using that focus tool. I'm sure there's a technical term for it, but it was really getting focused on her, and everything around her was getting blurry. It was almost like the Rhaenyra is the Mr. Krabs meme episode, where she was just fucking, whoa, getting requests from every which way, being like, do I really want to be the queen? This seems like a lot of fucking work.
No, I thought that was so funny. We have so many of these war episodes, to transition it back to okay, now we have to run it. It just immediately reminds you that this sucks to run. This would be such a nightmare, where it's the war is the fun part almost. It's yeah, we got to get to the battles. We got to get there. And then once you have to run the thing, I would quit that job in a day. I'd be go find Aegon, just bring him back all burnt up, he could have it.
Yeah, she was offered a couple times. I think Allison said, just run away with me. Let's just run away. And now she's, it's time to go to work. Being the queen isn't all it's cracked up to be. That's what, remember they said that about Aegon. Allison was he'll get bored of this soon. Aegon, when he was killing everybody, he was he'll get bored of this soon enough, and we'll be able to run. It's kind of it's got a West Wing vibe. It's because Game of Thrones is a little bit of politics. It's a lot of battles, but it's also a little bit of politics. So we're getting a little bit of that. I think, without being too derogatory, compared to the others, it's a little bit of a filler episode. Filler is I don't want to say it in a negative way, but it certainly wasn't what the first two episodes were. But don't forget, the first two episodes were a finale and a premiere. So now we have a little bit of meat and potatoes. We have to do a little bit of table setting. So, it wasn't as action packed, but still a lot of great stuff happened.
Glass shatters, Stone Cold style. Kevin Clancy's arrived.
Dude, I was just thinking, I was watching an old season of Survivor randomly, and this guy goes, I want to play games against these people. I don't want to survive Survivor. And that's what makes me think of Rhaenyra with being the queen right now. I don't want to be the queen. I just wanted to be the queen. You know what I mean? It's two very different things.
But it does give us the Daemon twist was really good in this episode, I thought, because we keep getting told this guy Daemon is sick. Wait till you see Daemon. Daemon goes head to head with Daemon in terms of aura and coolness. And as soon as I saw Daemon in last week's teaser, even I was like, this pussy? Get the fuck out of here.
That guy looks exactly like you, Bob. He looks like you currently.
I know. Well, that is why you see I've got my two eyes out, no eye patch, no crystal eye. I'm Daemon this week. Okay?
This is the most versatile podcast costume ever. All you need is a Targaryen wig, and you can make it a boy, a girl, a king, a queen, a this and that.
Yep.
That was
But I
a
thought that
great-
was good when they bring her in. The look that Allison immediately shoots her, you could tell. It's like, oh yeah, she don't know that fucking kid.
And you know, Allison's like, fuck. Like
Just like
Yeah.
so much more complicated. Like, I really wanted that kid to have been kidnapped. This is way worse.
Yeah, really good. We already got a
By the
super
way, I
chat
don't
from.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't think this was a filler episode. I know it's not like a big battle or a
Yeah.
beheading and an ascension. I thought this was very good though, and I actually, my favorite parts of the whole episode, I felt it was very comedic, a little bit like Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Maybe that was just the way I read it. Daemon being like, "You have to kill him," and then later in the episode, "You still have to kill him." That was so fucking funny. I was like,
That was
"Just
really
it
good.
reminds me of Duncan Egg." This was some good shit. I don't know if there would have been enough time for them to have written that kind of stuff, like having seen Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah.
But it felt almost like it's very good luck if that's the case, that they followed up that show with some humor.
I agree. There were a few funny moments in this.
Damon is
episode that made me
his
laugh.
voice. He's the fucking man, but he's also very funny at times when he's just like, kill them.
Damon just treats killing people like it's office work. Like that's just his business.
Yeah.
Like when he laughs,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
when they say that the one person who would have known where the gold was the guy that he like recently chopped his head off, and he was just like,
Yeah, whoops.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's very much like, it's unfortunate that happened, but like you gotta crack a few eggs. I love his whole mindset. I love his whole like, what are we worried about? The bank's empty. Let's take over the fucking planet. I've got 6 dragons. I kind of like. It's actually an interesting. Like I understand her being like, we got to settle things and then we'll move on. And him being like, let's fucking go. We got 6 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Shout out Dark Sniper said, was it just me or did Rhaenyra's hair give off strong Daenerys vibes in this episode, especially the over-the-shoulder shots that didn't show her face? Definitely. I wonder, that was probably intentional. I would imagine. She's finally the leader. We already know we have the prophecy. We've seen the shots of her with the dragons in the desert. I think that was probably intentional. That
I
was
also
cool.
thought she
They're
was
calling me
very,
Bob Fox Stefani in the chat. Come on.
That's great.
Let's go through the episode a little bit. Opens with Daemon absolutely aura farming with Lord Orban when he's got the fucking boys behind him on their dragons and he's just
Like,
standing there.
I wanted him to almost be like a, he was like cocky about it.
He big dicks him and then has this little like pre-planned bit where he starts to walk away. He's like, oh wait, I forgot. I'm taking fucking Darren.
One last little tidbit I forgot.
One little thing I was thinking here. It appears as though Darren walks with Daemon like to get on the back of his dragon. Did they not take that dragon? They left the dragon with the high towers?
Yeah, it seems like they say it at the end. They're like, they got the dragon in there. I can't believe it. Just throw that on a cart, something, have one of the other dragons pick it up. Like
they
there's
couldn't
got to be
tailgate that on one?
Yeah.
I get that you probably can't trust the guy that you're like imprisoning to be like, all right, take the keys.
Yeah.
You meet us there. Drive your dragon up to your prison.
Yeah.
I doubt that you can really do it like that. But yeah, how did they get it to Tumbleton? How did they get it to? I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you just throw it in there without a rider and it just decimates the whole place. But yeah, I was like, where is Desarion this entire time?
Did they show him like jump on with Daemon, or was they just walked away? I guess
they didn't show him. They just walked towards it. Yeah. And then they hit the intro. Did you guys watch the intro this week?
I did.
Bro, it's so. I'm not lying. I planned on it and I just instinctually fucking clicked. It's like it just happened. And then I was like, oh, I don't want to go back because then I might be a little bit late for the podcast. And I was just like, God damn it, I actually didn't watch it this week.
Unbelievable.
Did they add much? What did they add?
They didn't really add much this week.
Was
there was like maybe a couple things I noticed. Yeah, there were rats this week. The big
rats.
one they added episode 2 was Jace, you know, in the water and everything with the arrows. That was sick.
They showed
probably has no idea what we're talking about.
That was so cool. It was awesome.
They showed
The
Rhaenyra.
tapestry was so cool.
They showed Rhaenyra like take the throne in her advisors, but that was about it. But
I can't give a shit for the tapestry, bro. You can't give a shit for the tapestry.
It was so much better when it was maps. When it was
Yeah, I'm
announced,
that guy.
There's some guy like Game of Thrones tarp. There's some guy doing
Tarp, the tarp
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. I'm very stoned right now. I'm honest. I'm super happy.
we can tell, buddy. We can
Tapestry,
tell.
not tarp. Yeah, the gummies.
Schmitty
like,
999 says she's not evil, but conceptually, this did a lot more to illustrate a possible heel turn for Rhaenyra than Game of Thrones ever did for Daenerys. Sea Snake and Allison got done dirty. Did KFC watch the intro? So we had
I saw that pop up, and I thought that's when I was going to get caught, and I was like, "Damn it, Super Chat."
Daemon goes and tells Rhaenyra what happened, brings in Daeron. He reveals nothing. We find out why later. Obviously, they throw him in the clink. And then she finds out treasury and all the gold is gone. All of it. Everyone's throwing out problems left and right. She looks overwhelmed. And her answer to this is just like, put a bounty on everyone and declare like we need donations, basically. She's like, fucking tribute. I'm calling tribute. I want everyone to come up. Regrets calling tribute later. That seemed so stressful. That was almost, it wasn't played as comedically. It was almost Parks and Rec, Pawnee town hall. It was like, you got to be kidding me with this shit, man.
Yeah,
Dude, she is like obsessed with the coronation. It's like, yo, bitch, your party's not happening. Like, enough. Don't you get it? You have like 50 things working against you. One of which being there ain't no money. Like, you can't have your party. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Rats everywhere. That also made me laugh when she sees the rat at first, and it's just like, yeah, Aegon fired all the rat catchers. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because you killed his baby. Like it was kind of you guys.
Yeah,
like,
a little bit of a
indirectly
yeah.
caused the rats. So.
Remember that? Yeah, we'll forget it. Yeah.
I felt the same way when Sea Snake went off. Oh, I'm skipping ahead, obviously, but when he went off at a Rhaenyra, and it's like, yeah, listen, fair play, but also I played house with your gay son for a long time, so like we're good, we're even on that one, you know. Like, not act like I haven't done you a solid before.
But Corliss still thinks that his son got murdered, and probably suspects.
True.
Daemon and
Okay,
Rhaenyra.
that's fair.
So-
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it is skipping ahead a little bit, but I feel like it's worth talking about because he goes to her. They have the dinner, and he says, "Can you make them official?" And she's like, I don't know if I can do that. Optics right now, you know, like you gotta come to me in a few weeks, like.
Exactly. Yeah, like, this is a Monday problem. It's Friday afternoon.
Yeah,
bro. Like, not right now.
Right now, like this just might
really,
not be
like,
the time.
Just think about it for 1 second. How's that look, bud?
I think they're both kind of in the right, though. Like, I get it from his perspective of like,
Oh.
literally, I've dedicated my life to you at this point. I almost fucking died last week, so I might as well ask a favor.
Yeah.
But I also get her point of like, this is probably a bad time.
I mean, logically speaking, he's got to understand where she's coming from, man. Like, this is a bad look. But I guess emotionally, she needs to see where he's coming from. Like,
Yeah.
I always do. But yeah, just like give it 6 months even. Like, what's the difference? You've been waiting your whole
Gotta
life.
give her some time. Like you got to make it past the coronation. You can't be asking
Give
the
her the first
president for a
100
pardon
days.
before the inauguration. Like,
I find
too soon.
it so funny too. He just started acknowledging these guys, and he's like,
Yeah.
"What? Now you're not going to acknowledge them? Like it took you forever to like give her a couple weeks." Like,
If I'm Rhaenyra, I'm like, you all of a sudden these are your new best friends. Like they're your bastards that you intentionally shunned. I've been riding with you. You know them more than you know me more than them. What's the big fuss?
I'll love it if there's a moment where she's just like, "Your son is still alive. What do you want to do now? Like, what do you want to do?" Like, she just
Surprise.
Nicholas West 999, thank you, said, would y'all have tried the roasted rat? Be honest. I gotta be honest, it didn't look that bad on the plate.
No.
It did not look, but I was thinking about the chef that had to cook that up. He's like, really
Really?
Like,
You just
I'm
wasted
fucking
time.
24 of these for the bit.
This
I'm
is
doing
yeah.
this, for,
Like,
this is a buffet of
Oh.
bits.
a literal buffet of bits. That is so good. That is such a good bit. I mean, that is it's maniacal. It's diabolical. You got to plan it out. You have to have someone cook 24 and then plate them nicely and serve
And it was
it.
on like rice and stuff. There was a
The
little side
whole
with the dish.
Hassle to be in on
There
the
had
bit.
to be someone at that dinner that was like, listen, I'm not going to eat the wrap, but I could eat around it. Like I showed up hungry. You know?
No, we were gonna have a whole feast. It was gonna be a whole thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I skipped dinner for this. Like I'm screwed now.
Yeah. Even that guy that stopped her
Manderly-
before she left, I would imagine him eating the rice around.
Yeah, Manderly was like, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
worth
that-
it. It's worth the
yeah.
joke.
He was
Well played.
awesome. I love that dude. I hope he becomes his like a little finger or something to her, because he's got that vibe to him, and that was great when he's like, I just respect a well played bit. Like, you got me. Hands up.
Yeah.
He's one of the few guys I just recognized from outside of Thrones that I was like, it took me a second to be like, is that the guy he's in Fantastic Beasts, like the Harry Potter
Oh, the Harry
That's
prequels?
Potter.
interesting. I never
Yeah.
thought about how that show doesn't really have any crossover.
No,
Like, it crosses over later for them, but not usually during. That's interesting.
that was the first guy I was like, that's the Muggle Baker. Like, what's he doing here now?
Wow.
But
Oh,
like,
cool.
he's being a little mischievous. I think he'll be a big one.
By the way,
Yeah,
I mean,
her memory is long, as she told him.
that was gangster.
He's
That line,
ready.
right?
Yeah.
That moment, up until like that moment, and when that exact moment, I think she was like getting bossed around, like nobody respected her. She didn't know what she was doing, and I was like, oh, she really is not cut out for this. And even up until that dinner, the fact that like the nobles were talking back to her, if you're like a mad king, it's like, okay, I'm chopping all your heads off. And you do it, and then everyone's like, oh shit, It's like, I know you want to rule justly and all that, but when people step to you like this, you have to kill these people, like Daemon said. Otherwise you are just gonna get walked on. She's getting pushed around the ring.
Well, yeah, the
I
question,
love when
will
she
you
told
will you
him-
eat the rat? Well, does the person serving it to me have a dragon? Because if
Right.
they have
Yeah.
a dragon,
Fire?
Yeah.
I'll eat
Yes.
the rat.
I'm eating the fucking rat if they can set me on fire, man.
I would
love
have
when she
been.
told him, like,
This is my favorite type of rat. Well, how'd you do this?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, this is like
Like,
This is salt and pepper?
Oh, I love medium well rat.
You're just, honey, shut the fuck up and eat the rat. Like, let's go.
I actually
the one lady mouthing off, her husband was just,
Oh
What are you
my
doing?
God, yeah.
what are you
Right
doing right
now.
now?
You're picking a fight that we're gonna get
Yeah.
beheaded. Like,
There's 6 dragons, 6 of them.
We were on the wrong side. We picked the wrong
Yeah.
side, and she
Yeah.
invited us to dinner. Eat the rat.
by the
Also,
way,
I'm shocked.
I-
They're saying that he was the fucking guy in Balls of Fury and Fanboys. I can't believe I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
recognize him. That is
Mm.
mind blowing to me. I love when she told him, like, when he was like, well played, she's like, we're robbing you too, right? Like, we're in
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah.
He's like, I know, well played. And then I liked this plan that Allison comes up with. She's like, just fucking declare my son dead. He looks like
That's-
Two-Faced now. Like,
that's what we
nobody's
were
gonna
saying,
recognize him.
We were saying
Yeah.
that last week. Like, back then, you just make up a story and that's it. Done.
She's like,
But
you got my
you have to
dad.
you have to have some remains, which is like, you probably should kill that kid and throw his bones out there
Yeah.
and be like, let's get to work. You're the queen.
We can't do
Game
DNA
of
tests.
Thrones.
Yeah.
And you had like years to think about this. Did nobody think
Yeah.
at all? Like, what's gonna happen when we
On
take
day
the city?
one, you didn't have a plan for how to actually prove like that you're the queen. What?
Yeah.
I mean, I think people would be like, I'm not trying to point any fingers or sides, but people would be like, it seems like real life politics. Both sides. Let's say both sides.
Both
let's,
sides.
let's play it fair down the middle.
Both sides- both sides got problems, man.
I'm very down the middle. I'm even,
I
Rhaenyra
really
does
am.
like the
In this
idea.
world, by the way, though, I am middle of the fucking road when it comes to this show. Like,
I know.
both sides all the time. I'm like, well.
She likes the idea, says go get Joffrey back from the Vale, which just that name at this point, it hits you like a truck every time.
Totally agree, man. I know
That kid is
No,
fighting
it's
an
like,
uphill battle with us.
Jeffrey back in the day, but it really
Yeah.
it's like Hitler to me. Like, I hear
Yeah.
that name, it's you can't have other kids name that. You got to just end that one.
I wince a little bit every time they say it. And then
But
she
this
sees the
Joffrey came
ghost of
first.
Jace too. I know it
This-
did, but
right,
like
right.
the one
Yeah, no,
if
that's
I
a good
found
point.
out there was a guy named Hitler before Hitler, I'd still
Yeah.
be like, "Ugh,
It's like American Revolutionist Adolf. It's like, I don't know about
Yeah.
Change
ooh.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. The Jace ghost scene was cool. Just a quick flash of him. And shout out to him. He got paid for an extra day of work. He got to come back to set and visit his
again,
friends.
I'm a little stoned, but like I really was loving the like descent from Rhaenyra almost like into madness and like just like
Mhm.
Yeah.
well, I almost felt like the camera started to do like horror movie type shit where it
Yeah.
was like little
Yeah.
did it like a little too close or a little wobbly
Yeah.
where you feel disoriented or whatever. That was very well done. I thought that was great.
Yeah, even just like the tone of the episode had a little bit of horror movie in it with the
Yeah.
Rhaenyra stuff,
Music
like
was
a psychological
kinda like-
horror. Like,
Menacing violins and shit like that. The music
That's-
was actually great. The scene when they're tearing down all the green had some
Yeah.
really good music that I was like, ooh,
Dude,
this-
how many banners were up in that castle? It seemed like every time they cut, another banner was falling in the background of the scene.
I actually
that
love
was
that
like
touch.
crazy.
I thought that was so cool that it was like, oh yeah, there's this whole logistical side of switching over the castle. Like we gotta make it the away team is now, put their colors up. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. The Grand Maester comes in. He's like, I can't annoy you without your remains, and he doesn't really believe it. She has that scene. It's like the long at night. She's got like the candle. It's almost like the Scrooge scene where she like gets into bed with Daemon. Creepy vibes in that whole scene as well. And then we have made me think of when Hillary was running for president, and people were like, "What do you mean? What if she's gonna have her period and have the nuclear code?"
Yeah.
Day one, Rhaenyra was like, "Guys, I hate to break it to you, I'm on my period."
That was a little on the nose. That and when Allison was like, "Why are you blaming me for things that all the men have done?" And then Rhaenyra bleeding. I was like, "All right, we're doing the girl thing. I get it. It's good. I do understand that's their plight. It is true." But that was a little heavy-handed, yeah.
Let me tell you, I know you guys don't see it as much. I checked the Reddits. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of book readers still obsessed with the show not being exact. If there is not a big plot point, but it is like definitely mentioned multiple times in the book that she cuts herself on the throne. The throne rejects her.
Oh.
If the blood on the throne
is
period blood.
Oh no, they're gonna go
is
bonkers.
going to burn to the
honestly,
ground.
I'm rooting for it now.
Yeah, me too.
I was about to say the
going to
opposite.
burn
I didn't read the books and I don't know that, but now that I know that, I would be as mad as they would be. That would be
it's a bit much. I was like, I like a lot of the changes. I don't mind the girl boss. Like women-led shows are fine. A lot of people seem very against that. Not everybody, but a lot of people seem very against
great.
that.
I think they're as compelling.
Period blood on the throne would be a bit much.
Team period up here, me and Nick.
Yeah, I just to watch Reddit burn. Like
chat. Are we hashtag team period or hashtag team no period?
Send us a super chat. What are you? Team period? No team period.
Oh my god.
Also, correction. It was the High Septon. Shout out Gatchers. It was not the Maester. It was the High Septon. I fucked that up. The Maester was.
But even that, another example. Yo, nobody respects Rhaenyra. That guy was like, "Watch your fucking step, Rhaenyra." I'm telling you what to do, and she was just like, "Oh, darn it!" You have to chop his head off. You have to have Daemon right there, and you just go like this, and that guy dies. Like you can't have that.
Well, that was
she
like
walked in a room last week, and she's getting slapped left and right this week.
Well, that was like when the High Sparrow in the first series made you root for Cersei. Like Cersei was the worst.
Yeah,
but you were like, I kind of want her to blow up the sets. Like I want this guy dead.
The best. The Sept was the best.
And then her facing the petitioners, I wrote she's facing the New York media for the first time. That was tough. She was not prepared for the onslaught she was going to get of like, well, this is kind of like you're part of this, the anguish we're going through and the troubles we're going through right now. And she corrects that with the rat dinner later on. She makes a very good speech to step in the face of that. And I loved this line. I wrote it down in real time because I was like, what a fucking it's the gif of the person writing and their quill lights on fire. I will never have justice, but what crumbs of it that may be snatched, I will devour. Come on, bro.
That's
fire line.
That
was unbelievable.
Is there any way to know? Do you remember that exact line in the book? Is that a George R.R. Martin line or like a TV line?
No, I think that's original. I don't think that was in the book. But again, you don't get like a lot of great quotes in this book. But yeah, no, I think that's
right, because this is the study book, whatever. Yeah. That was like really a bar. That was great.
Oh, so good. And then we see Ulf the White, Hugh the Hammer, and Adam of Hull, obviously keeping that name, get knighted. I loved seeing the look on Daemon's face as he knighted him. He was almost laughing. He was like, I can't believe these are the
motherfucker.
Three idiots.
You dirty dog, you.
Yeah.
When Ulf asked to be called a Targaryen, and she's like,
yes.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. That was another like laugh out loud moment. Oh heavens, no,
really good.
No. Be white. No, I did not think that at all. We were not even close.
That was so good. So good. And then a great scene that follows where Rhaenyra goes to Alicent and is like, how did you bear the weight of this? And the speech Allison gives of like, strap in, you might become a different fucking person, and you might see from my side.
When she goes, time will tell. Like, we'll see, bitch. You don't think you're gonna change? You don't think you're gonna change at all, being the queen of the realm? Like, yeah, we'll see in your bra.
Really good, really, really good.
By the way, before that happened, go back to when she first is talking to Allison and Helena when she's like, "You're prisoners," and Helena's like, "No, I don't want to stay in this room. No." But what if I don't want to do this? Like, great question, Helena. You're a prisoner. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then she goes, when she finds later on, she finds like is it a sparrow? Is it a raven? She's like whittling the wood down or whatever. She almost just looks at it like, huh, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Puts it down.
your kid brings home like a macaroni thing, and you're like, this one's not that bad. Like, I will proudly hang this one on my fridge and not fucking hate it. Great.
I could tell what that is. Unbelievable.
You really a lot of progress this summer. Good job.
Yeah. And then we get the rat feast happens here. Daemon says, our children, this was a random thing. Daemon says, our children will rule forever and a day. Now that is going back, that's like a Shakespeare thing in an English forever and a day. But I know that Matt Smith is a diehard Oasis fan. And that's in the chorus of one of their more famous songs, Don't Go Away, where they say forever and a day. So I was thinking, was there any chance Matt Smith threw that in there as an Oasis fan? I don't know. Maybe. I might be reaching.
I don't know. I'll roll with it. Let's let Reddit burn. Let's go, baby. I like that.
Then Rhaenyra and the White Worm have their little talk. They go and give out food. She denies Corlys the wish. He freaks out in front of her. Talks to Alicent about Daeron. Then we get the reunion, quote unquote reunion. She says, I don't know what the fuck.
By the way,
is.
Just to back up, when she's handing out the food with the White Worm and like the music, it's like, in that moment, I feel like it was like, oh, okay, I figured it out. Like I put the nobles in their place. The people love me. They're cheering. I was actually waiting for something bad to happen because she's like not, that's happening. But I thought, oh, okay, this is the scene to show like she probably is thinking like, I made it. I'm here. I got my footing now.
There was a moment where I thought that was going to be the end of the episode. They panned out for so long.
That's what I'm saying.
Credits on us.
Okay, that they're making a point here for sure.
It was absolutely one of those moments where like Thrones has me always just on the edge of my seat. I was like, why are you handing this out to people directly? Like, because you have to be there when the cart runs out. Like,
I thought that's what they were going to show. I thought it was going to be yet another example of her being like, I know what to do. And then they were going to like mob and trample, tear each other apart. But and it did go so long that I was like,
just waiting. Yeah.
And we also saw AJ, shout out AJ Jobin in the chat, wrote, Hugh told her about his wife. That also did happen in this episode where he's like, so about that stuff you promised me, kind of need a place to live, crash on couches right now.
Fair question. Yeah. Like he's like how Gen Z is not afraid to talk to bosses, and they're like, "Yo, I need vacation." But like, hey, I'm gonna tell you, don't be afraid to go up to your boss and say, "That house you promised me, let's go." That's why I'm working here.
And he's like, "And when is that gonna happen?" She's like, "Soon. Listen, I gotta figure some shit out soon. I promise you." But his wife's wife's living with the brother. He's like, "Listen, my lady doesn't think I'm a man anymore. Like, what the fuck?"
I thought that was so good. When he was basically like the sad trope in a movie, like, my wife left me. Like, it's too late. It's too late. Like, I needed it yesterday. She's gone already.
And she went to Tumbleton, which we find out at the end of the episode, the Hightowers have taken Tumbleton. So I assume he's going to be sent there in search of his wife. And maybe next week that could be a cool, like, hopefully not a revenge plot in terms of they're killing his wife, but who knows? The Hightowers don't seem to be playing a fair game right now.
Dude, because nobody respects Rhaenyra. It's crazy. They're like, it's day one, and
fucking Ormond, does he think he's gonna overthrow the throne, or does he think does he believe that Aegon's still alive? He's told that Aegon's not. Does he not believe that?
He kind of bent the knee like so quick that I was like, is this obviously part of a plan with like what's unfolding? But like, why was he so like, it's day one of the new queen? You're just like, nah, I got a plan. Like, I'm gonna fuck this up.
I saw somebody theorizing that in last episode that Ormond sniffed out that was a fake letter. Did you guys get that impression? I thought he was like,
oh no, I kind of did. No,
I kind of thought he was fooled.
I thought No, I thought he sussed it out the same way, like what he did tonight, where he was sort of like, okay, yeah, like we're playing by your rules. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Probably
Like,
did.
but
In the
like,
context that this episode gives, he probably did.
Yeah.
In
I thought
retrospect, it looks
kinda,
like that.
he reads it, he rolls it up, and he's like, okay, Aegon's dead, sort of thing. Like, all right, guys, let's wrap it up. Like, all of a sudden, we're just done here. That's how I took it.
So he might think. I don't know what he thinks about Aegon, but he knows he does.
So
he probably doesn't know that Aemon's been stabbed and might be dead.
So he thinks they still basically have the throne.
So he's like, yeah, I'm on Aemon's side. So,
Right. And like, if you think they're still alive, it's like, no, you're not. It's not. I don't recognize you, even if that's the case.
That's a
it seems like a
crazy
bold
gamble to play for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that. You're putting so much faith in
Because
those fucking
say
Targaryens.
it with me, nobody respects Rhaenyra. It's like everybody loves Raymond. The new title of the show is Nobody Respects Rhaenyra. Give me a little 90s sitcom intro.
No, it's true. Where, by the way, Brendan, I know we don't have the map in front of us, but where is Tumbleton in the grand scheme of things?
It's not far. It is
Close to King's Landing?
Yeah, it's not far. I mean, it's probably hundreds of miles, but it's
how many walls? How many walls?
I'd say, eyeballing it, I'd say it's about a length of a wall. So it's probably like close to 300 miles away. It is in like the southwest. So it's like in the direction of Old Town, not near Old Town, because Old Town's pretty far away, but it is in the direction that the High Towers would be coming if they were coming from Old Town. And it is like in the book, it is like they're setting up something that's probably going to be very similar to the book at Tumbleton. It's just like the setup is very different, but I can kind of see where it's going, but I don't want to say too much because that's definitely spoilers. But like what they're setting up is pretty similar to what probably will go down at Tumbleton.
Wait, real
is
quick.
Is that like exciting? Is that something we're looking forward to? Do you feel like?
No, I think it'll be a big moment. Yeah, for sure. Big moment.
Cool.
I see here in the chat from Mighty Mac that an idea that Allison knows that the kid is in on it and she knows the plan. And then Schmitty right beneath it there says maybe Otto left a contingency plan. So maybe like this is all. I don't
actually crazy.
I don't actually think that because I thought that reaction from Allison was so genuine of like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So, but it's just it's a cool idea to think maybe.
But you got to think like did Ormond himself just execute his plan?
Yeah,
fake.
Right. Like you said, that's such a gamble, Bob. Like maybe
I'll do it. I'll dye this kid's hair, and is it all on him, or is it like a High Tower plan? It could be for sure.
They said they blenched his hair too. I liked that instead of bleached. They blenched his hair, and then she like checks the roots, and they look perfect. I think she almost was looking for like, is there something in there? And she was like, it's pretty fucking good.
I thought he kind of looked like baldish almost. Like it kind of jumped out at me real quick. I was like, that kid's hair sucks. But, like the Targaryens usually have like really nice golden manes, and I was like, that kid's hair is like white, kind of like balding. And then it was fake.
And we've got Daemon at the end of this episode going to the Vale because Lady Jane didn't give the sword she promised, so he's got to go collect the coin.
He's like, give me that money. Daemon, when
and Lady Jane is the one that Bela or Rhaena was negotiating with last week, right? Rhaena. Yeah.
I have a feeling he's going to run into his
Rhaenyra either. She was all bossy and shit because she doesn't respect Rhaenyra. So I hope Daemon goes there and like fuck shit up.
Yeah,
and Rhaena,
it's blanched. Apparently, it's a real word according to Basement Boy David Snyder. He's a good basement boy.
Rhaena is kind of getting the nettles, the
Nettles at it.
A big fan of Nettles, but Daemon and Nettles spend a lot of time together. So if Daemon's going to the Vale, he would probably run into Rhaena, and it can't really be the same.
Oh no!
Situation,
So is that? I saw some people say that like Daemon's not going to recognize who she is, like that she's grown up, and that maybe there is like a Nettles romance. I hope.
She's way too young.
Yeah, I was like, this feels like a real stretch, but you do not ever.
By the way, speaking of not recognizing, funny reaction from Rhaenyra tonight when he's like, "These are my sons. I don't know if you assume." She's like, I did not assume. It's like you only know like a couple black people. Like, if we're being fair.
But she goes, I did not know, but I can see it now.
The way she played that was funny.
That's like it's like a white person like I don't see race, so no, I didn't recognize it. But yeah,
are you?
You
know what?
That was really good. That was almost like Seinfeld, man. I was like, oh, I did not know.
Yeah. That was good. Was there anything else in my notes that we didn't cover already?
I have a bunch of stuff that I wrote down tonight.
Yeah, I wrote down. We do get a little bit of a sad look from Daemon when they're talking about him killing Simon Strong.
Oh yeah,
which I liked, and then also like immediately like check the witch. Where's the witch at?
Yeah,
they're like, and then they're like, who's that? We don't know who that person is. It's like, yeah, no, you got to go find her.
Mm-hmm.
His line was funny about that too. I forget what it was exactly, but he was like, yeah, there might be a witch on that island or something.
Just saying, if you happen to run into her, like maybe treat her like she's a mythical witch, because she probably is.
Yeah.
I loved when Rhaenyra is arguing with the High Septon and she hits him with the, well, if I'm here, then the gods willed it. The only way all that can happen here is that the gods said so. And he was sort of like, fuck, you're right. Damn it, the gods.
Yeah, that was good.
Backfired on me.
The mention of Sunfire I thought was interesting, where they said like the only thing we saw was Sunfire and it's been rotting for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I did also love when they when he's like, this is what we dreamed of, old Valeria. I just feel like when they start to mention the war and he's like, that ended in doom, and I was like, oh, I like that when they tie it all together.
Even when they speak Valerian, that gets it going for me. I like that when the subtitles pop up.
I wonder why. You notice that he did that? I wonder, like, that felt intentional for whatever reason. But
it's like their version of Spanglish.
Spanglish, yeah, it might just be as simple as that.
He said we could go, we'll conquer to the ends of the earth. And he said there's a city that they say where there's winged men. So I checked the map.
Oh, yeah. What did that mean?
There just is a place on the map called the City of Winged Men.
Right on the nose.
Okay. George.
Okay. Yeah. What's funny is I saw an interview with George R.R. Martin, and he talked about the making of this map set. And they were like, we know he drew out a lot of Westeros, like very early on. He drew it on like a napkin, and it's like in like a museum. And then everything else was just sort of like a rough outline. And they were like, George, we would like to sell these maps. So could you make them a little better? So he just started filling things out. He calls one of the places Carcosa. But Carcosa is an H.P. Lovecraft thing. And he was like, well, I didn't know True Detective was going to come along and start calling places Carcosa. I just made it up. He's literally like, I just filled in the map with places that I liked. So he's like, they say like, oh, is there going to be any stories about the cities of the bloodless men and Kadaf and the cannibal sands? And he's like, no. I mean, these are just words. I can't even finish my book. I'm not going to like make up things about the gray waste. It's like, those were just words. I just wrote words so that I could sell this map.
City of Winged Men has to just be Los Angeles, right? He was just like, how can I say LA?
City of Angels?
Yeah.
I do love though whenever you hear like a city like that, or when I think about Essos or Dorne, where it's like there's other places and other shit going on out there. Like you're fighting for the throne over here, and there's White Walkers over here, but there's a whole island of guys with wings that we don't even care about them. They don't even
talk about
the top like 50 of shit for us to worry about in the Seven Kingdoms.
Right.
That almost reminds me of George Lucas, especially towards the end of his tenure at Lucasfilm, was getting a little bit tired of the silly fan questions that would constantly pop up. And he did the Daily Show with Jon Stewart once. And Jon Stewart was like, it's never been said where Obi-Wan's from. Where is he from? And George, being a smartass, went, I don't know, Stu John, mixing up Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
And canonically, that is where Obi-Wan is now from. They invented the planet Stu John and added it to and that's what it is. So Obi-Wan's home planet is now it's just Jon Stewart.
But that's, by the way, like that what you're talking about. I've been reading a lot about it since I've been like back on my Thrones kick, and like if you're still holding your breath for this book, it's not happening. And when you start to understand, like he just built too big of a story, and like there's no way to have an ending where all the characters get back to the same place, because there's like no, as I understand it, no logical reason why that would happen, because they've all gone their different ways and are doing their different things. So even like the ending that they did have for Game of Thrones, I think I always felt like that was so corny that it was like, and now we're all back in the same place and it's all good. I think he probably didn't want to do it like that because it sounds corny, and that was the only way he could do it. So I don't think that book is coming, but I'm not mad about it anymore. I'm like, I get it. You wrote so much that was so good and so in depth, and you know that's fans love that, but you got to pay the piper.
I just wish he would write something. Just write something.
to
have that be the ending of your legacy is weird.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't say that,
and I'm
but
sure
like,
he's paralyzed by. I'd rather not do it and have people wonder how good it could have been than do it poorly. But I also, before you hit the dirt, brother, I would just write like 10 more pages, and then this happened. God, like, because God, that is such a shame to never.
He should write a book like Fire and Blood, historical record of the end of the Dany and Jon sagas, just so we know how it went down, and then we can let HBO make a bunch of money.
But like if you're looking
at Parker in charge of it.
If you look at the 3 episodes, I really like them. So like I kind of have now with all the Ira Parker and everything, I have faith that they could make something good out of it. So yeah, just do that. Give them the framework. The problem is, I've always said this, the framework is the fucking ending that happened. And he knows that the whole world.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like they didn't go off. He would have said something if he was like, I gave him an ending, and they completely fucked it up. Like I think he's had quotes to a degree, but he's never had a quote where he's like, that wasn't at all what I suggested.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be Bran. Like, I'm sure he had some different ways to get there, but the way
it's gonna be Bran, and I think like the dragon's probably gonna burn the throne. I don't think someone's like gonna be on the Iron Throne at the end of it. I think that's such a bold move that I'd be shocked if that's what.
By the way, that
Benioff and Weiss came up with
in it, right? That could have just been the end of the. You could have had that be the end of your series, and we could have just done the TV show that way, and like. Never. You don't have another question. Like
I don't hate that, if I'm being honest. I know that the whole final season is like, it is what it is. That the idea of the dragon burning the throne, kind of metal.
Yeah, right. And maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But it's an ending that people would debate and discuss, and there'd be lovers and haters. But you would have ended this. I mean, I don't read them, so I don't know how much more you book readers wanted. But that to me felt like it could have been a natural ending that. Maybe you don't tie up other storylines, but the White Walkers and all the Lannisters, feels like it could have been it.
From reading the books, I just feel like there is enough detail in it that like the weird part was like the dragon just kind of like looked at Dany, saw she was dead, and just like looked at the throne and burned it, and it seemed like it was like this is a really conscious choice.
I didn't like that. I like the idea of a dragon burning it, but the way they got to it, where it was almost like the dragon doing the Darth Vader, like. No,
it was a bit much.
I didn't like that.
But like it's a song of ice and fire, and that was the ice on the fire. Like it could have been it, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
I saw an interview. I don't know what it was from with Dany. What's her name? Emilia Clarke.
Yeah.
And she was saying how she hated her ending, but not in like a way like we hated. She was like, "Oh, that little shit stabbed me," and like I can't believe that's how I went out. I gave him everything, but it was nice to see that even like because sometimes I feel like there's been interviews where they're like, "This fucking sucked," where they still have some passion behind it and really love their character, and even throughout that ending, they were still thinking of it like passionately. I thought that was better than when they go like, "Yeah, that was a crazy finale, right, guys?"
Yeah,
I
think they proactively covered themselves with that because they said some things that was like, you ever want to work in Hollywood again? Don't bad mouth your showrunners, and then all of a sudden they were like singing a different tune. So,
but I also did think sometimes we read into like people wanted that to be the story because sometimes they were just like, yeah, that was crazy, and we took that to mean like, yeah, can you believe that they fucking did that? And it was so terrible. We were reading into it a lot.
I even think some of those shots of the table read, I know some of them are like weird when you look at them, but I think some of the faces that people microanalyze, I'm like, I think they were just sad. I think they were like sad about the ending of the show or something. They did that with Stranger Things to a degree. I feel like they did that with some of the Star Wars movies to a degree where every little thing gets taken and kind of twisted.
And I think like Kit Harington was like a complete full-blown alcoholic and like in the throes of depression.
Yeah.
He checked himself into rehab immediately after. So it's like, I don't really know if we can look at like what these guys.
That makes more sense because I've heard quotes from him that says like, I could never go back like unless it was perfect. That makes a lot more sense because it was the way I read it was sort of like that was hard on me. That was like a real struggle, and a burden was gone when I finished, and I didn't know what was so bad. That makes a lot of sense.
There's an Actors on Actors out right now with him and Dinklage, and I've only seen a clip from it.
Wow.
But like Dinklage is talking about like, we got to go to here and here. He's like, no, I was stuck at the wall. Like it was. He's like, I visited sets and everyone was having a great time. He's like, not in Belfast. Like it was freezing cold. It was
He was at the wall.
He was at long hours.
Being at the wall. Yeah.
Like I can see how we could start boozing there. Like there's probably nothing else to do. Like
I did see another clip from that where Dinklage just straight up asked Kit Harington. He's like, "Do you keep in touch with everybody?" And Kit was like, "Yeah." I think I actually don't remember what he said, but I think he said yes. And then it came back to Dinklage, and he was like, "I got to do a better job about that. I always see you guys and like here," and it was just a very real moment where he was kind of like, "Fuck, I'm kind of being like I'm not in the group chat or whatever, you know. I got to be better about it." And Kit was like, "Yeah."
Well, I think he lives in New Jersey too. I think a lot of them probably still live overseas. That's probably tough. Yeah,
that's a good point.
I was thinking a lot of people talk about the ending of Thrones deterring people from going back and rewatching it, like the ending kind of like spoiled it for me or whatever. I think the more and more shows like this become popular, you're going to get people that have never seen Game of Thrones watching it. And I think even though the final season is not, what we wanted it to be, they're not going to go into it with the same mindset, and they're going to be able to binge it. And I think it's going to rewatch. I think people are going to start like going up to the cast and Emilia Clarke and all them and being like, "Oh my God, I love Game of Thrones." They're going to get another wave of that. So I feel like they're going to start talking about it more fondly.
I rewatched the first 3 seasons recently. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and
amazing.
See, when I realized the other day that Blowing Up the Sept was in the 6th season.
Yeah.
Like that, I would have told you. I would have guessed that was like the 4th.
Yeah.
You get 6 good seasons, and probably it's like people being like, put it this way: if the young generation can convince themselves that Michael Jordan wasn't good, or like the newest thing is that Jay-Z was like a bum, like the literal absolute greatest of their time and craft, then people will for sure have their, the new generation will have a different opinion of this, almost in the reverse. But I could see them being like, "What were you guys complaining about? It was great." Yeah. Although there are some things that I think are objectively like, I could do one of those 1 versus 30 arguments, and I could disprove all of them. But I can understand that if you watch it with a different eye at a different time, maybe like even with the boys, Bob, I didn't watch it when it was out, and I felt like it was almost politics was so hot when it like radioactive hot when it came out that I was like, I don't want to watch something that is just basically about Trump. And now enough time went by that I watched it recently, and I was like, it didn't bother me as much. So sometimes like the circumstances of the world, the generation, whatever, I think they will totally view it as like totally fine, if not good.
Yeah.
I did a rewatch recently, and once you get to it's Battle of the Bastards on, that it's like, fuck. Like
really?
That's
what is Battle of the Bastards? What's
not Battle of the Bastards. Sorry, it's honestly in the final season. It's the Battle of Winterfell. Like from that on, it's like they're trying to hit the gas so fast, and also things don't make sense. Like Tyrion gets caught releasing Jaime, and then Daenerys is like, "Well, all right."
Yeah, it's like, that's correct. Yes.
I'm like, what do you mean?
That are indefensible. That's not a matter of opinion. That's just like straight up stupid.
I mean, and when the Iron Fleet and the quote from the showrunner where he goes, Danny kind of forgot.
Yeah.
I was like,
he kind of forgot the Iron Fleet. But you're right, because that final season wasn't only like 6 episodes. Was it short?
I think so.
So
7
and I remember because we were doing Game of Stools at that time, and it was like a pretty hot podcast, and we were excited going into season 8. Like I don't remember being like, wow, that season 7 sucked and they have to really salvage it here. I remember it being the first episode. I was like the only guy being like, I didn't think that was that good. And then the second and third, I was like, am I going to be the only one to say it that this is not good? And then it kind of got crazy. But yeah, so that means only like the final 6 and maybe a little bit of the end of 7. I don't know exactly when it started. But it's still like 80, 90%, 85, 90% good. So,
yeah. Jacob just said, just wanted to say the mention of Sunfire being dead could be Rhaenyra's dragon. Her dragon died there as well, so there could have been 2 dead dragons seen there. I think Sunfire is alive. That could be cool.
That did feel like a very like intentional line to say. Otherwise, like
True.
why was that report? So maybe there's something there. I don't know.
Yeah. Anything else you guys had on this episode?
Yeah, let me see. I wrote down a ton of shit.
I didn't think that was Daeron at any point. I just thought they cut out that kid's tongue, and I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, guys.
Oh, that would
Like
be sick.
that kid doesn't talk at all the whole time. I'm like, Jesus, check his mouth, and then he was just kept that shit on lock. Like,
I liked Allison being like, I have one request. Can you get the remains of my dad that you chopped his fucking head off? Like just a small request if you please. Just making her feel like absolute shit. I thought it was really romantic how much Daemon respected Rhaenyra's like rat plot. He was really like that was an old move. Like, fuck yeah, girl. That's my queen. You're right. You did deserve that throne. Yeah. I mean, that's basically it.
No Aemond, right? No Aemond at all.
No.
Yeah.
Or Aegon. They didn't cut the Larys and Aegon and their hijinks.
What? He's just gonna be like saved by the witch or something, or somebody saves him like literally in real life. Like,
I think the witch has him fucking on a table somewhere doing experiments.
Yeah, right. And shit. Okay. Because I was it's weird to like do a cliffhanger like that and then have an episode where you don't see him at all and you're like, well, is this guy alive? Like I thought
it's the opposite. When we were spending too much time in Harrenhal, we're like, what's going on in Harrenhal though?
Yeah.
Cut back to Harrenhal.
It's just a pile of fucking rocks. It's a burned to ash, and everyone's like, you have to have Harrenhal.
Yeah, that is funny. When do you want Harrenhal? It's like, does anyone want Harrenhal?
They all want it, but it's why. She's like, today, this episode, she's like, I don't need Harrenhal. I got the Riverlands or whatever she said. It's like, nobody wants this place sucks.
I think in the main series,
she's throwing it up for bounty.
Harrenhal changes hands like 3 times. Technically, Littlefinger is the Lord of Harrenhal. Janice Slint for a minute is the Lord of Harrenhal. Like, but they say it's haunted, and but a lot of stuff goes down. The tourney of Harrenhal is what starts like that's where Rhaegar met Lyanna Stark and like flirted with her, and eventually, it's like that's actually what the tourney at Harrenhal is. What the stage play that I think comes out the end of the summer is about. It's all about like that's like huge because it's like where it all started, and I don't know if like George R.R. Martin wrote any of that or if he's just like handing it off, but like that's like the backstory of all of Robert's Rebellion. So that's like massive.
Is that going to be Broadway or West End?
I think it's West End.
West End.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was looking into that.
Broadway too, but
kind of the Stranger Things blueprint. It seems like Stranger Things does the Broadway show that's crazy far back prequel. And I think it does really well. I wonder if they're just like, we're going to fucking get this on Broadway too.
Right.
It's a good movie.
Probably are. All right. We will get a report from old Clem and Harrenhal next week. We're excited for next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for joining me, boys. We'll talk to you then.
All right. Thanks, guys.